It's falling again. Was this a dead cat bounce that we just witnessed? Possibly. Is it going to go lower? Probably. How low? No one knows. In this video, I'm going to go through the charts, share my screen, and show you exactly what I'm looking at. Before I get into it, I'm Harvinder. I've been in Bitcoin since 2015. Been making these video updates since 2022. And yes, I'm always right. No, I'm just kidding. I get it right sometimes. I'll get it wrong. But I do have a strategy that works, and I'll quickly share that with you as well. Tells you when to buy Bitcoin when the price is low and when to sell when the price is high. So if you're new here, subscribe, smash the like button on the way in, and let's get into it. Okay, first things first, let's look at my strategy. Now, if you look, this is just a bunch of buy and sell signals. And it might not make too much sense, but if you look at the patterns here, you're buying low and you're selling high. And yeah, when there's a bear market, there's always going to be a bit of uncertainty. Oh, by the way, this is a really good deal. If you do want to buy TradingView, I'd recommend it. And so yeah, no strategy is 100%, but this consistently works. When you have a trading strategy, as long as you, one of my mentors says, plan the trade and trade the plan. And so if you just stick to this works. You buy here, sell here, and yeah, there's a bit of messing around when the market's ranging, but when you have these huge pumps, it really does tell you to buy here and sell up here. And I haven't seen any other strategy like this, and I used to share it with people, but then it got banned everywhere. And so yeah, I only share it with my private clients. So this works. I was telling people to buy Bitcoin 16k and then sell over here, and yeah, and then more recently, the latest sell signal was around about here, which is about 92k. But before that, it was about 106, and then we had this is when I started to get a little bit bullish, but then yeah, it just broke down. So that's my strategy. I'll go over some stats in a bit. And then, yeah, I guess everyone's wondering what's going to happen now. And who knows? Really, who knows? It is a case of, have we bottomed out? I kind of hope we have. There's a couple of charts I'm looking at. This one here, which, Bitcoin did something it's never done before. The price fell below the halving price. And that's never happened before. So we are in uncharted territory. So it could go a hell of a lot lower. I don't think it will, but we just don't know. And, what really annoys me is there's a lot of popular influencers out there that have got like hundreds and thousands of followers. They've been calling for the bull market since 2024. And even now, they're not admitting that they were wrong and saying, look, yeah, we thought it was going to pump, it didn't pump. And they're just trying to spin the narrative and just talk about bullish stuff behind the scenes, which, yeah, great. They're probably right, but at least have the decency to say, look, I was wrong. It didn't play out how I thought. So now we need to reset. There's a lot of people like that, and people that I know personally, and yeah, it does annoy me, but it doesn't matter. So the other chart I'm looking at is, or the other fractal I'm looking at, which is kind of scary, but it's not that scary. It's this one here. Now, all I've done is I've taken this pattern here, this double top, this rising channel, and then this drop, and I've just overlaid it over here. So if that plays out, then the low, which will happen later this year, or mid this year, will be about 56k. Now, that's not that bad, but the problem is alts will get decimated even more when that happens. Like, and alts are really on the floor. Like, look at this stuff. Really, really bad. I mean, from, this one isn't too bad, but like there's some like Sol, which are, terrible. And there's some other ones, like, let me find Engine Coin. That's gone, like, way to the floor as well since November, I think it was, October. Yeah, they're just so far down. It's difficult to fathom that they're going to go lower. But they probably will. But we will have a reversal at some point. That's the only thing that I can say. The markets will reverse. We don't know when. We just have to keep tracking it. And really, to keep things simple, I'm just going to wait for my buy signal to flash again. When it does flash, that's when I'll be buying back in. It's painful at the moment because I am holding some alts. But, if you're holding still, you might as well just continue to hold. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Is it too late to sell? Maybe. Is the market going to crash even further? Maybe. Is it going to pump from here? That's possible as well, because the only thing that's been keeping me bullish all this time is the general macro environment. And yeah, if we look at S&P 500, it had a slight pullback, And this is something that I've been wanting to talk about. The S&P. So what happened in the last run is that Bitcoin went kind of crazy and alts really did nothing. But what would happen is, like during this whole run, is that Bitcoin would pump, say, 10, 20%. Altcoins will pump 5%. And then Bitcoin will drop 5%. And then alts will tank 20%. And so if you look at it on a graph, Bitcoin would do something like that. But alts would do something like that. They would just go the opposite. And that's kind of what's happening with the S&P 500 in Bitcoin. Not exactly, but this is just the parallel that I'm drawing. Like the S&P 500 is somewhat steady. Like it's doing something like that. Whereas Bitcoin, on the other hand, is just doing that. It's just doing the opposite. And so, like this is the chart that I've been keeping an eye on for a long time, and it has smashed back into all-time. Oh, this is the one. This is the one with the actual order. This one's just USDT, but this one's DAI, USDC, and USDT. I know there's other stable coins, but you can't track all of them. There's no chart for that. And so this is I've been talking about this for a while. Like this chart, as soon as this starts to drop, Bitcoin price will go up, and unfortunately, this just continues to climb higher and higher. And so I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to move this trend line actually, because really, this isn't the best line. Let's move this like that, because really that is the new support and resistance level. So let's track that. Yeah, it's not looking good, people. And all I say in every video is no one knows what's going to happen. Let's just live life in the meantime. Bitcoin will recover, the markets will recover, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be doing anything with your life. So I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. And seriously guys, there's more to life than just investing. Investing should be in the background. I make these videos because I love keeping an eye on the charts and talking about this kind of stuff, but I've got a lot of other stuff going on in the background. I've got other businesses that I'm working on. I've got my family, I've got my dogs. And so, just make sure investing is a smaller, it should be a business that operates in the background with you, like Tony Robbins talks about it. You should only really check your portfolio at most once a month. And, checking your portfolio every day like this is kind of painful. But, have other stuff going on in your life. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you all. I'll see you in the next video.